Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of VGC Prep. Like I said for a couple episodes now, I do want to start going back to some of the older teams in the meantime while, maybe we'll make a new team or we'll just kind of cycle the old teams until we find one that's good for tournaments. I want to go back to that first one that I had for ORAS. I think that's going to be the best tournament team I have. I've been going through, looking at threats, and so far there's only about like 4 or so Pokemon that can do really well against me, but only one of which just completely beats me, and that's Mega Metagross. It's one of those Pokemon that's actually going to be pretty hard to beat in the format, but I don't think it's going to be as used because it's kind of outclassed a little bit by Mega Salamence and stuff like that. Simply because there are a few things that do wall Mega Metagross, and I don't know. It's just one of those things that you don't see it that often. It's clearly not in the top 12, but it definitely can rip through teams fairly easily. So, I don't know. That's one of those things that I'm not really sure who I would even use to counter Mega Metagross. I know on this team I have my own Metagross, which can handle. I have Priority Burn, so it's not that big of a deal. But on that team in particular, I do have quite an issue. If they're running Hammer Arm, I have a huge issue. If they're not running Hammer Arm, I can basically wall it and beat it with Ferrothorn. But Hammer Arm is that big... What happens? I think it's only a 2-hit KO on my Ferrothorn, but still, it's not like it can do very much damage back, and over the course of 2 turns, I can't get enough Leech Seed back to negate that 2-hit KO. So I don't really know. But let's get over to this battle. It looks like we've got Medicham, Klefki, Sylveon, Blaziken, Dragonite, and Azumarill. My money's on Mega Medicham, which is going to be actually not that bad for us. Looking at the team, he's got 3 definitely physical Pokemon. One, it could be either, so that's the Dragonite, and a Sylveon and a Klefki who's mostly support. I don't see a Klefki doing very much to me. So looking at the team, I really do think Banette and Togekiss are going to be my perfect leads. They cover pretty much that entire team super effectively, with the exception of Azumarill and Sylveon. So that's perfectly fine by me. So for the Sylveon, I will want to bring Metagross. And Metagross is going to be very handy against Azumarill as well. We just have to make sure we get rid of that Blaziken, because Blaziken can hit us pretty hard with a Flare Blitz, I'd say. And that kind of leaves us with some other options. We can go into Scrafty, which I'm not really too fond of. I'm going to bring Rotom. Just as an extra precaution against the Sylveon. Sylveon can be a very dangerous Pokemon if you do not deal with it quickly. It doesn't have the most power behind it, but Pixelated Hyper Voice does hit very hard. That's something I always forget to account for, that the Pixelate gives it an extra 30% boost. So it's as if you're getting hit. It's as if you're getting hit while it's not spread, if you understand that. So here we have a Dragonite. And I'm afraid that this is going to be a weakness policy. I think that's a very plausible possibility. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mega Evolve with my Banette. I'm going to go straight for Trick Room here. And because I really don't think he has any solid way to take me out completely. I don't think. I could be wrong there. I could break the Multiscale with an Air Slash. Blaziken's probably going to protect this first turn. I think that's pretty safe to assume. I don't think the Dragonite has anything to hit my Togekiss and knock it out in one shot. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Air Slash to break its Multiscale. Looks like he's actually going to switch out, so he might not be weakness policy. But we will catch the Azumarill on the switch in, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. That will give us good opportunity to get the a burn off next turn. I'm expecting the Blaziken to protect, and it does protect. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this will get some decent damage off, unless this is Assault Vest, which I really doubt it will be. It's definitely not Assault Vest with that damage. And we get a perfect Trick Room off without a hitch. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Air Slash the Blaziken. It could be Sash, but it doesn't really threaten my team right now. I don't think it can touch Banette. I mean, Flare Blitz will do a decent chunk, but I don't think it's going to do that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn the Azumarill just kind of so I can ignore it for this turn. And I'm going to throw an Air Slash towards the Blaziken, because the Azumarill should outspeed me. Now, he's going to switch out. Now, I wonder what he's going to switch out into. If it's the Dragonite, that'd be cool. It's actually the Sylveon, and I'm okay with that. We do get the Will-O-Wisp off, so we'll see how much this Air Slash does. The Azumarill's pretty much out of commission now. Oh yeah, if it's doing that much to Banette, I'm not worried at all. And we get some decent damage with the Air Slash now. Dazzling Gleam will do a lot more. So what I think we should do is we should just combo it, go for Shadow Claw onto it, which should do a good amount of damage to it. And we should underspeed it. We're pretty slow. So Shadow Claw. Now I don't think it will one-hit KO it from here. It's possible. Banette is max attack, Brave Nature. So it's very, very possible that we can indeed one-shot it from here. But either way, Dazzling Gleam should be enough to finish it off. Now he's going to go for Aqua Jet here, and I don't know if that's going to be... I flinched? Is he holding King's Rock? Son of a gun. I was like, there's no way Aqua Jet can flinch Pokemon. There's no way. That would be very broken. And that flinch completely mattered. Very, 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 very mattered. But, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Because we could probably still come back from this. So I'm going to bring in... Here's the thing. He's got the Metagross does underspeed. Does underspeed. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Metagross. Because Metagross can... Ooh, it's going to be Blaziken. Oh, beautiful. So I don't have to even worry. I can just go straight for the Meteor Mash onto the Sylveon and go for an Air Slash on the Blaziken. It can protect all it wants. I still have 2 turns left to trigger. This turn and the next turn, so it protecting is not going to help it. Meteor Mash will take out the Sylveon. Hell, I can go for Bullet Punch and it won't even matter. In fact... I am going to go for Bullet Punch. I want to make sure... Well, yeah, I want to make sure it's definitely gone. And I'm going to go for an Air Slash on the Blaziken. He is going to protect like I thought, but this Bullet Punch should 100% take out the Sylveon, I think. It doesn't have good physical defense. I don't know why I'm questioning it. Yeah. So that's good. That's good, because now we can bring in... now he's going to bring in probably... Well, obviously he has to bring in Dragonite. So what we can do is we can break the multi-scale with... I'm going to say Meteor Mash. I'm not too concerned for the Blaziken. I mean, it could have Thunder Punch. Very possible. But I really don't think so. So I'm going to Meteor Mash the Dragonite. I want to simply because... I want to get as much damage off on the Dragonite that I possibly can, so this Dazzling Gleam does take it out, and that's what I'm going to go for. Hopefully we don't miss. Now, he's going to Mega Evolve with the Blaziken. Like I said earlier, I didn't think it would be a Mega Blaziken. Interesting choice, probably wanting enough power to one-shot the Metagross. I don't know if it can, though, because Metagross does have a lot of defense. Now, we broke that multi-scale. If it has it, I mean, most of them do have it. It's better safe than sorry. And the Dragonite does just completely drop to the floor there, so that's great. Beautiful. So I'm expecting a Flare Blitz off on this thing, and it does go for Flare Blitz. Now I'm really curious, can I survive this? I have no previous damage, so this is a very good indicator. I cannot. Was that a crit? It was not a crit. Okay. Good to know. Very, very good to know. Oh, but he just takes himself out with Recoil. Oh, so that was actually just really good for us. Alright, I'll take it. Not that it mattered, we did have a Rotom Heat in the back, and I'm pretty sure Rotom Heat Togekiss combo would have beaten it after the Recoil, no matter what. So that's fine. And he probably would have protected to get a speed boost, but it doesn't matter because this is a Trick Room team. The Sylveon outsped my Togekiss. I'm pretty sure it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to hit yes. We're going to continue on with the battles. Very happy how that battle came out. That was actually a pretty late. That was like a 1-2 punch there. That was a pretty quick battle, actually. I'll be quite honest with you. Very satisfied with that. I'm very satisfied with this team. I really need to run it through the gauntlet to see if it really can stand up to words they are escaping me in a tournament. I mean, on paper, it seems to have an answer for every common Pokemon in the game right now. Less so Landorus. Landorus actually does. I can see Landorus being a problem for this team, but only if it gets like the Rock Slide flinches on us. Otherwise, you know, Togekiss can take a Rock Slide. Metagross can take an Earthquake. We have an Intimidator who likes Ice Punch, so I don't know. I do like this team quite a bit, and Magic Coat Dark Void. Ooh, I love it. I love it so much. No one sees it coming. Magic Coat it. The whole team goes to sleep, and you're like, well, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so it looks like we've got Greninja, Talonflame, Cloyster, Gardevoir, Bisharp, and Dragonite. I do foresee that Cloyster being a problem. Metagross walls it to death. Metagross is going to be a big player, but I don't want to bring it in first because he does have the Bisharp and the Greninja, so that would probably... I don't think I can take either one of those two attacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off straight with Porygon 2, and we're going to start off with Rotom. Am I going to want Togekiss? I think I will, because he does have that Greninja and he does have that Dragonite, and it will be useful for, you know, most of his team. And I'm gonna want the Metagross, so I think that's a pretty solid start. I do also see Bisharp giving this team a lot of problem. I have 3 Pokemon weak to Bisharp, but I have Porygon 2 and Rotom Heat who can pretty much handle it. Porygon 2 can take all of its attacks, even a knockoff without Eviolite, duh. But Porygon 2 has good bulk without the Eviolite. So it looks like we've got the Bisharp, and we've got we got Inner Focus. That's good to know that you're not Defiant. And Talonflame. So Talonflame can really not do very much to me. I'm a little weary that this Bisharp is indeed Focus Sash. It looked like he was Inner Focus. Inner Focus, though, is what we got. And I feel like an Inner Focus Bisharp would not be Focus Sash, because you're there to take the Fake Out. Maybe I'm reading a little too much into that. But I have a feeling he's going to double into my Porygon 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Protect. And I'm not going to overheat the Bisharp, because that'll put me in a bad position. If he's not Focus Sash and he goes down, I'll actually be in kind of a worse position, because then I won't really have anything for Talonflame and I'll have to switch out. So I'm just going to Thunderbolt it. We'll see how much it does. It should do some decent damage. He does Brave Bird into the Porygon 2, and this Thunderbolt does more than half, so I do not need to. Yeah, so he did double into that Porygon 2, and I am faster than the Bisharp, so I'm going to go for Trick Room here. I'm going to get another Thunderbolt off. I have no reason to go for Overheat now. He is going to Brave Bird. It's probably going to be on the Porygon 2, but as long as I get rid of this Bisharp, which, for all intents and purposes, I should... He doesn't go for Sucker Punch, so that was a drawback on that. And we'll get our Trick Room up here, which is beautiful. Very good. Because the rest of his team wasn't very slow, like Bisharp was. The reason why Rotom Heat is the speed it is I forget. But there are reasons. I think one of them is Bisharp. I do want to outspeed Bisharp and KO it. So it looks like we got Gardevoir, and what do you trace? You trace Levitate, not a big deal. You're probably going to Brave Bird us again. And while we took it, I'd rather just keep Porygon 2 alive. So I'm just going to switch in my Metagross there to take it. And I'm not sure what this Gardevoir wants to do. It's not going to Shadow Ball Porygon 2, and even if it does, as long as it's not Mega, we should be able to take it, because we are Assault Vest. And we'll scare it out with a Bullet Punch. So I'm going to Thunderbolt the Talonflame. I think he's going to double into the Porygon 2 again, because Porygon 2 is very hard to take down. And it is Mega, so I wonder if it's going to go for Hyper Voice, which would actually be not that bad for us, because we could take that. So let's see what happens here. He does go for Brave Bird. Now, either one he targets is not going to be able to take it out, even with a crit. And it looks like Rotom here. Might be trying to get rid of Rotom. I'm not entirely sure. It's very possible, but the Talonflame is definitely dead here. Without a doubt. Oh, yeah. We don't need that much power. We only have 100 special attack investment with a modest nature. Now, he does go for Hyper Voice, and wow, that does nothing. That was a crit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, I was really referring to it did nothing on Rotom Heat. It kind of did a little bit more than I thought it would on the Metagross. So in comes Greninja, so I can very easily just go straight for the Bullet Punch on the Gardevoir, but it's definitely going to protect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see, I'm going to Bullet Punch. Actually, I could probably just Hammer Arm the Greninja, and I'm going to go for Thunderbolt on the Greninja. I'm doubling into it just in case it's Focus Sash, and no, he does forfeit. Yeah, if it was Focus Sash, there was a possibility that while an Ice Beam cannot take out my Togekiss, both the Gardevoir and the Greninja outsped me and would have been able to double into that, and I wouldn't have been able to beat... Well, try attack, I could have gone for Trick Room and Protect. I don't really know. There were plenty of other options, but I wanted to double into it. And I was considering going for Bullet Punch, but I figured if I did land the Hammer Arm and it wasn't Focus Sash, at least I'll get some chip damage off onto the Gardevoir. And the 90% accuracy, you can rely on that. That's not really that bad. It's not going to miss that much. So yeah, double win from a double loss. I'm happy about that. Definitely like this team. I really do. It's definitely up there in potential tournament teams, but tournament's about a month away, so month and a half, I don't know, it's like February 14th, so it's almost a month. So we have plenty of time to decide on a team, and I have like 5 teams, so I have at least one thing that will work. So I'm not, I wish I could go to the smaller tournaments, but those are always on the weekends, and I work weekends. Major tournaments I'm able to get off for because they're major, and, they actually happen to fall when we don't have shows, so that worked out really well for me, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to make smaller tournaments. We are closed during the weekends on the summer, so if there's summer smaller tournaments like June, July, I'll probably be able to go to those. Like the PCs, Premier Challenges. But otherwise, those were the only tournaments that I really did well in, I mean, I've only gone to, 2? I think I only went... No, actually, I think I've only ever gone to 1 Premier Challenge. No. Wait. Now I'm confused. Now I don't know. Because I know I placed 7th in one, went into Top Cut as 4th place. I know I did that, but I'm trying to remember, did I go to any others? I don't think I did. I was supposed to, but I slept in for one. I don't think I've ever gone... I've only gone to 1. Ooh. But that was this season, I think. How was this season? That had to be this season. Yeah, no, that had to be this season, because I didn't get into true tournament battles until after Worlds. Yeah, so that had to be this season. So I have at least some points to my name. I'm not making Worlds, that's for sure. I'm going, but I'm not going to be in the tournament, I don't think. Unless I do well at the next couple of tournaments. And now I'm just rambling, but hey, what are you going to do? You going to stop me? Yeah, so I really like this team. I have to analyze it, do some paperwork on it, figure out, if there's any holes, if I can cover them, in a 4v4 metagame, you don't really have to worry about having, 3 weaknesses to Ghost, because you're not going to bring all 6. I personally like to just even it out as best as I can, and most of my teams tend to not have any extra weaknesses, which I love, but it's not necessary. It's just an extra step that I like to do. Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say to you guys, other than welcome to 2015, and I hope to see you guys at the next episode. Really do appreciate you guys watching. Peace.